You know what? Let me see something. Hold on. I'm going to do like the... Does that look okay?
It's going to have to look okay.
I know, but I'm just saying in terms of like the angle.
Oh.
I just feel like people are looking up at us, like looking up our noses.
Because otherwise it would have been elevated.
It would have been.
Also, we haven't done that in a while.
I kind of feel like this should be a little brighter.
Brighter, okay.
How's that look?
Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that just, there it goes. Hi. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties because my camera
wasn't working right.
Wasn't working. So, hi.
Hi.
We're on my laptop. Hi, everybody. How are you guys feeling? Welcome back to Tony Brown's Journal.
You're awfully dark. You've been laying out in the sun a lot.
That and I've just been outside.
Oh.
Yeah, I've just been outside.
Because we used to have similar coloring.
No.
But you are super melanated.
I feel like the light should be brighter, but I'm not going to turn it up because it's way too like...
It's fine. Just leave it alone.
Okay. Hi. You didn't get my Tony Brown's Journal reference.
You mean like we were on PBS back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, after, you had to get everything out last time.
I had to get everything out last time.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean all of my melancholy feelings?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Tony Brown's Journal was pretty melancholy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, hi, everybody. Hi, Niggles. And hello, Kojo's Tropical.
Niggles?
Yeah, that's my term of endearment for Black people.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. Niggles, Nignoggins.
Oh.
Nigglesworth.
What happened to Nigglets?
I mean, I feel like Nigglets is kind of overplayed.
Oh, it's for little.
And Nigglets are for little kids.
For little ones.
Right. I doubt anybody that young is out here. Okay, so a few announcements. So my podcast, Imani State of Mind, is currently between seasons, and that's fine. And that doesn't mean that we can't get our mind right, which you still can if you go listen to it on any podcast streaming platform. You can find it. It's Imani State of Mind. It's great. You can visit ImaniStateOfMind.com to subscribe and to listen. Ooh, the AC. Okay. And you can, like I said, you can go to any streaming app, including Spotify, what's it called? Apple Podcasts, and also Stitcher. And you can catch replays of past episodes of my podcast on my Instagram every Thursday and on the Imani State of Mind Instagram every Saturday. See, I look out for y'all. Okay, so things to discuss. Okay, you know what? What do you want to talk about first? Do you have a list of topics?
I don't have a list of topics. I would say that we're just coming off of the closing arguments in Minneapolis.
I feel like that trial was kind of quick.
Oh, it's not quick.
I mean, it seemed quick. Hold on.
The defense
doorknob out the way.
I think the defense was kind of quick.
Yeah. Well,
but the prosecution was long. But it's almost like waiting for a tsunami to come.
It's like waiting on babies, as Ghostface would say. It makes you want to slay these.
No, it's not like waiting on babies because that's
I'm saying because baby, sometimes they come quick. You don't know. You gotta just wait it out. That's what that meant.
And then I read that I guess at a rally over the weekend, Maxine Waters.
So I saw the headline. I was like, and be mad.
She said, we got to stay in these streets and to make them listen. We can't. And that's what everybody has been saying. But then the judge,
she told what's name to hush his mouth or something.
No, that was a whole different thing. The judge in the case said that her saying what she said may end up as grounds for a mistrial.
Y'all reaching.
I just can't even.
No.
It's too difficult to believe because
That's stupid.
like we all supposed to not remember the insurrection. But that cop that shot that white woman who climbed into as she was
you're talking about Ashley?
Capitol, they didn't file any
I know, I saw that. I was
him.
like, that's what you get.
They didn't file any charges against him. So, I don't know, man. Maybe some things are we can all have some surprises.
Yeah.
Some unexpected outcomes.
I mean, I am a little bit, I'm not surprised, but I am a little bit discouraged by the fact that, I get it. Minneapolis, they've started like boarding up.
They've been boarding up.
Yeah.
They're scared because they got a total.
Well, it's almost like we know
try.
What's going to happen. And you know what? I hope I'm wrong. But, this is like, what did I see the other day? Somebody said the only difference between Rodney King and now is better optics, like better technology. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
Let me see. Somebody asked me what was my happy place this week. Okay, so let me tell all of y'all. These two nails broke, this one and this one, because I've been gardening a lot. Like my favorite place is like the gardening center of any like hardware store. I'm like, oh my God, look at all these vines. Oh my God, look at all these flowers. I'm so excited. Like I have flowers, I have plants all over the house. It's getting kind of like out of control. And hi everybody on Instagram. Alina Franklin says she saw you on Roland Martin.
I was on Roland Martin.
What'd you say? You was talking about Black people affairs, current affairs? What y'all talking about?
So Kim Godwin, who you might remember, she used to work right at NBC4 in New York and also at NBC4 in LA.
Sorry. Hi, Danielle. Okay, sorry.
And Kim, much to my great surprise, happily was made president of ABC News.
Oh, nice.
So
like national.
Like ABC network
right.
news.
Okay, nice.
So that's what I was on Roland's show talking about.
About how awesome it is.
About, yes, that, and also how, the state of this industry and news coverage and Black people and stuff. Danielle
said she saw it too on Roland Martin. So that's nice. What were they? I was going to mention something related to that. Oh, the Roland Martin mentioned that he used to work under you or whatever. But probably not.
I mentioned that our first encounter was
because you was flexing.
What I said was when he was in college, he was my intern at KHOU.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all.
Sean Upshaw, yes, good reminder. I am going to post some photos of my garden. There's cilantro in there, which I really I used to love cilantro when I was a kid, but then I think that my DNA underwent a change because I'm a superhero and it tastes like soap. So
I read that some people
I'm like, what happened?
People love cilantro or they can't handle it.
I know, but I used to love it.
Or something happened with your taste
Something
buds.
happened.
Hormonally.
No, I'm turning into my true form.
Is that what's happening?
My adamantium skeleton is gonna come soon like Wolverine.
Is that what those claws on your hands are?
Yes. Oh. Good point. Okay. So anyway, but my point is that I tasted a little bit of cilantro and it actually the baby cilantro, it wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. It wasn't bad. I was like, okay. But I used to love cilantro.
I had it growing in my garden last year. I didn't eat enough of it, so I didn't plant it this year.
Oh, okay. What else was I going to mention? Let's see what people on Instagram are saying. Oh, hi, Haynes Warren B. Hi from Vegas. Hello. I thought about Vegas the other day. I'm not really a big fan of Vegas, but I did hear that they have spa things that you can do. Because the gambling thing, I'm I'm not giving y'all money.
There are a lot of spa things, but you don't have to go to Vegas for that.
Well, yeah, I know. You don't I don't know.
You were mourning who's passing?
Black Rob. Okay. Black Rob died. Granted, he had one song, but.
One song?
Yeah, he had one song. Whoa.
I don't know how that goes.
Okay, I know that.
A one-hit wonder?
Well, yeah, he and then he also was on the Special Delivery remix, which I do remember.
Michelle Renee asked, what was his cause of death stated?
I didn't see a cause of death. What was really sad was that right after DMX had died, Black Rob had recorded this kind of message from his bed, like in the hospital.
That's sad.
And it was sad. But I mean, I don't know. I was like, I didn't think Black Rob was going to die so soon. He did look bad, but I mean, I don't know. But so he was incarcerated at the age of 12. And he had...
For what?
I don't know. I'm just reading this. And he had some drug issues. After signing his record deal, he had everything he could ever want, sometimes too much, which led to more arrests, parole violations, and continued health problems. So Diddy finally broke his silence, saying, "Rest in power, King. As I listen to your records today, there's one thing they all have in common. You've made millions of people all over the world feel good and dance. You're one of a kind. God bless. Love. You will be truly missed."
So did they used to be together? And
he was signed to Bad Boy.
And did Bad Boy drop him?
I'm sure. I mean, one of the things that... Oh, look, I'm sorry. So on... Oh, what's up, K-Sunga? K-Sunga went to med school with me too. K-Sunga said that it was kidney failure and also Melanie Riepert. I may be saying that incorrectly. Said kidney failure, which happens.
Drug use?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was abusing. You know, but it's really sad. Plus, you know, I've had 2 friends die of chronic renal disease. Like they entered into end stage renal failure, and these were both Black dudes who didn't reach like 48, maybe.
Were they using drugs?
No, they just had a family history of diabetes, and they really didn't
care for it.
Right. Because one of my friends who he passed away last year, he was like, the year before, he was like, "What's it mean when you have when your urine is red?" I was like,
"Red."
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, he could have been." This was a while ago, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? I drank beet juice this morning," and I was like, "Okay," but then he ended up passing away.
But these chronic illnesses that we're having as Black people that we have, it's like in a constant state of fear and anxiety.
Yeah, true.
And I actually, I'm sure I said this last week, I don't remember a time when I have been this much just like, I guess the word I would use is trepidation. So much of it. I'm just like, because I will understand what the reaction will be if the verdict.
Oh, you're talking about Derek Chauvin again?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm saying that these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Right. For black men being stopped by cops, being watched, being harassed, fill in the blank.
I don't usually watch videos, but that video of that that guy who was he active military who got pepper sprayed. He was like he's Afro Latino. It's like, oh my God.
And the cop who pepper sprayed him certainly had a Latin surname. I think it was like Gutierrez, right? So
okay, I can't do this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say real quick. Did you finish watching Exterminate All the Brutes?
I told you I wasn't gonna watch it anymore.
It's really good.
No, I'm not.
It's not anything new.
All of that, but I can't handle it.
Okay, but can I say that I finished watching it?
Sure.
And it was very good. I really did like how, I've taken courses like Black Studies and all that kind of stuff, but I do feel that Exterminate All the Brutes, which is not being promoted at all by HBO. And HBO is basically like, well, it's not February, so y'all just gonna have to work it out. It's really good. And Raoul Peck, the director, he's narrating it, and he created the documentary. And I mean, it's just really good at breaking down. One thing that I did learn that I just didn't know because no one ever told me. So, so one of the things that we were taught in school when we were younger is that, by 1848 or something, like most of Europe had abolished slavery.
Not
but we
true.
know that, but right. So we know that that's not true because you have the Congo, you have they were acting up. So Germany, right? Germany wanted land in like Southwest Africa. And there was a tribe there. I forgot the name. I forgot their name, but it kind of looks like the word hegemony. That being said, they they basically started the concentration camps there.
Mm-hmm.
So they signed a treaty, which of course they always like renege on. And then they were like, well, we want all this land, so whatever. And they pushed all the people in this tribe, 80,000 people, they pushed them into the desert where they starved and died. And it was the same setup.
Similar to what was done to the indigenous people here.
Now that they got into real big. You know what was wild? You know what I learned? I never put it together. I was like, this is so disgusting. So you know how there's like some Tomahawk army plane and the Chinook army plane and the da-da-da-da. So not only are they naming these after like indigenous tribe names, in the language, like in military training manuals, they refer to the territory where the bad guys are as Indian territory, Indian territory, in territory. Like I was like, y'all are so out of control.
Doing cowboys and Indians.
Right. And so in any case, I'd say all that to say that, yes, of course, I agree with you in terms of all the stress that Black people are constantly under. And yeah, I mean, the reason why I brought up Exterminate All the Brutes is because for what you brought up in terms of that military serviceman who was pulled over and pepper sprayed.
For having paper plates on a brand new SUV.
It be your own people though. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
well, let's assume
manifest destiny.
Let's assume for the moment that the police officer who was a burly white man.
Right? You were talking about Gutierrez?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was, and the Army lieutenant was about my color.
Okay.
And presented as a Black man.
Right. But he had a Spanish last name too.
Well, but here's what we know.
Right. He ain't care.
No, police officer was not seeing them as brethren.
Right.
No. So look.
So
it's I don't know.
I'm tired.
It's exhausting. It's beyond exhausting.
Now, we did talk at length about them a week ago, but I was actually really happy to see that there were a number of articles that came out that basically were like, this is a piece of trash. And whoever made this, you're severely tripping.
What are you talking about?
Them.
Oh.
Yeah. There was no point in this. Like, there's no purpose. And y'all need to really sit down and think about your priorities and get yourself together. So anyway.
Well, it was, as we talked about last week, it was traumatizing.
Right.
And I'm not going to willingly put myself through trauma, right? Like, for me, what's traumatic is if there's a news story or I'm watching something and they go back 5 or 6 months and I hear the voice and see the face and the little pouty piggy lips of the former president,
Okay.
Well, I'm saying, see, that's what I'm getting at in terms of it is a low level trauma that we're living with day in, day out. And then to expect me to watch in an entertainment capacity, brutality and traumatizing Black people.
What do you mean?
I can't.
You talking about with them? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I really, when it comes to, what's his name? Little Marvin and Lena Waithe. I don't know how, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce her name. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I'm like, y'all don't like Black people.
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
I am saying that because let me tell you something. If they did, that whole series would not occur. And of course, Amazon is going to greenlight it because there was white people involved when it comes to that process. Like, you don't do stuff like that.
So I'm going to say this to you.
Okay.
That sometimes people get very focused on the creative, right? People get very focused on breaking new ground and miss the mark insofar as what does this mean, however, right? So
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just like, at some point when either of these two people were alone in bed about to go to sleep, I'm like, there had to be something that crossed your mind that was like, oh, this is whack. And if it didn't, like, I mean, I said it. Imani Walker, I said it. You don't love your people.
No,
that was whack.
I don't think that's true.
I do. I think it's very true. Would you do that? No, you wouldn't.
But I'm not them, and I'm not caught up in the notion that I might win an Emmy or I might win an Oscar or I will get acclaim or I will be honored by this academy and that society. I don't care about that stuff. There are people for whom those are marks of success and achievement. On top of that, I don't know that you've been, in this situation, but I have. You sit in a room in Hollywood with, white people who are running everything, and they start praising, and they say, "Oh, this is great." I had an experience of being on a private jet flying from LA to New York with Ron Meyer, who was the CEO of Universal. Ron was very excited. He would sit on the flight and he would watch, videos, movies that were, many of which had not been released yet, right, because that's who he was. But this wasn't a Universal picture, but he was so excited and asked me, had I seen Precious?
Oh my God.
And I said, no. Now, there were only about 7 of us on the plane. I said, no. And he said, oh, it's great. It's Oscar material. And I looked at him and I said, I am not, I read the book. Why? That it was based on. Let's say there was a reason why I needed to read the book. I would have jobs, and sometimes it entailed stuff I had to do.
Well, I read Color Purple, so.
And he was shocked when I said, no, I'm not watching it. I would not watch it. And of course, I was thinking about how, what did Denzel win for?
Oh, right? Yeah, like that role was so whack.
What did Halle Berry win for? Right?
Made me feel good.
And so what you see, what ends up being reflected, is that while Oscars, hashtag Oscars so white, changed things somewhat so that there's a lot more, based on almost none, but there's a lot more Black folks as members of the Academy today, so they can vote. But when you saw, and this is not taking away from Denzel's acting, not taking away from Halle's acting, that's not what I'm saying, but what they won Oscars for, those roles were, the worst of Black people.
They're like, oh my God, this is so amazing.
Right. So I will say again, in my inability to watch them, I get how Hollywood works, and I get how you can get a contract for this amount of money to produce this, and it'll get renewed and all the above. And then it's who's telling you it's spectacular. Who's telling you this is, oh my God, this is wonderful. Who's saying that? And I'm kind of going, I just can't play in that sand pile. I can't be there.
Yeah,
it's too triggering for me.
But it also feels like, oh, well, oh, you're the special Negro.
Magical Negro.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm like, I personally can't sleep at night thinking or knowing that I've done something like that.
So I talked to Safir.
What's up, Safir?
And that case that where there was a Black female cop in Buffalo who was partnered with a white cop, this is years ago, and the white cop was choking a Black man.
Okay.
And she stopped him. And so the Black man was not injured because this Black female cop was like, nope, not happening, right?
Right.
Which is what one would have thought. All right. So we go back to the George Floyd situation. Right. Anyway, she lost her job, lost her pension, lost everything. Right.
Right.
And the case was argued. She was compensated for all that she'd lost plus. And guess who argued her case?
A white person.
Safir's sister, Intisar.
I didn't know he had another sister.
His sister is the youngest.
I like that name.
Listen, the youngest Black tenured professor at Harvard Law School.
Oh, that's dope. And does her name start with an I?
Intisar.
I like that name. I need to look that up.
And that's not what came out in the story because the story
right. They were just
last
like,
week.
well,
they didn't.
She got
so
money,
it was
whatever.
two Black men, two Black people. It was Intisar Robb and Ron Sullivan who argued the case.
You know about Ron Sullivan with the ponytail? That's somebody else.
Is he a lawyer?
Yeah.
They're not.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's his name.
He's known.
Right.
I'm not familiar with him, but
he's a white dude. Is he white?
No.
Okay, then I don't know that.
No, I think he's Black.
Okay, speaking of what's due and what's owed, okay, did you happen to see this story in the LA Times about the Black couple who purchased those 2 plots of land out in Huntington Beach?
You mean Bruce's Beach?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the city had an event and they were basically like, yeah, we're looking into, like returning it. Okay. So I'm just going to read this from the article. So the issue has stirred controversy in this very white city, Huntington Beach. After hours of heated public testimony, the city council on Tuesday night voted against issuing an apology. Despite many residents urging them to do so, officials decided instead to issue a, quote, statement of acknowledgement and condemnation of what happened. You know what that reminds me of? When France was supposed to apologize to Haiti about basically about enslaving them, and France was like, well, we can't give you your money back, but like what we can do, we can say that it was morally like not cool. Just like, you all are so terrible.
The poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere is Haiti.
Right.
And that's because they had the most successful slave revolt, right? And France punished Haiti.
Yeah.
So that Haiti had to continue paying France. I could call it reparations, but that would probably be a bad word to use. But Haiti had to pay France
they had to pay
for the
money.
loss of Haiti, which was the major sugar producer. And to this day, that is why Haiti is such a poor nation.
Yeah.
So,
it was super whack. Okay, so let me read another quote that I was like, oh my God, this just sums up white supremacy in a nutshell. Many have said apologizing is an important step forward, while other longtime residents and community leaders have pushed back, arguing that the residents of today shouldn't apologize for something that happened almost 100 years ago.
It wasn't them.
Some have also expressed concern that issuing a formal apology could open up the city to potential lawsuits. And that's a good thing. because that plot of land, I believe it was purchased for $1,225 100 years ago. And I think I read somewhere that family would be owed $75 million.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But remember that that's a strip of beach
where white people don't like.
They're not going to develop it, right?
Right. That's what they said.
It's adjacent to other beach. So they turned part of it into not a parking lot, but it's a parky.
It's a fire. They said it's a fire department training.
Yeah.
Like course or whatever.
Some sort of a municipal, operation thing. But Janice Hahn.
Yeah. She says she was like, I didn't even know about this, which I mean, I get.
Well, I think her father was maybe 2-term mayor of the city of Los Angeles. Yeah, Kenneth Hahn.
Girl, don't say that. Don't say that in public.
They got it all hooked up.
Don't say that in public. I mean, please say it in public, Janice Hahn. But girl,
I'm telling you. And so these are all the things, But the thing is that one of the outcomes of all these protests in the street, right? And the protests certainly are by Black people and their allies, right? There are a lot of instances of things getting a second and a third and a fourth look, meaning as it relates to Black folks.
What do you mean?
Well, 10 years ago, we would have been told, and we're told, no, you didn't know. Nope. Well, the whole
no what?
No, just no.
No.
But the whole reparations issue moved out of a subcommittee in the House.
Was Maxine Waters involved? I'm sure she was.
But Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yes.
Right. Sheila, the Jamaican sister born in Queens.
Is she Jamaican?
She absolutely.
That makes all
you can't tell what that braid
that makes all the sense.
And you remember her from Houston?
Oh, she was. That's right.
No, I knew her from Houston.
I totally forgot.
Right. So Sheila Jackson Lee is one of the major sponsors, but the most outspoken person on this particular reparations bill. But it's not like it died. It made it out of committee.
Right.
So it's going to have some discussion. Now the question is, do we think? I still am blown away.
By what?
The checks that all the people in this country have received.
Listen.
So they could give money to Black people.
I can't. Trillions of dollars. I cannot.
And they're still giving out more.
It's okay.
I'm like, we could have done this.
We could have been done this.
There could have been 40 acres and a mule for you, not for me, because I'm not,
I mean, I'll share some.
Well, of course you will. But I'm saying that my parent, I'm not descendant from Africans enslaved in the United States.
Right.
I'm descended from Africans enslaved in Jamaica. So I don't qualify. You qualify because of, your father.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here.
That's true.
Okay, so let's not wave that away.
That is probably one of
let's just do like this.
One of the few positives.
Okay. So what I was going to say, but I don't really want to dwell on it because I don't know. It's just like it is so. It's just difficult sometimes to think like, oh my God, where can I like spread my wings and be free and be bliggity Black and live my life without having to deal with foolishness.
I have dual citizenship with Jamaica. Now that don't mean I won't be dealing with foolishness.
Right.
I am merely saying I gave you all that information however many years ago.
I'm going to do it.
You still don't have it.
Because Jamaica, they require that special photo and you can't smile. You got to wear a shirt that does like this.
Something? I put you in touch with with Shauna.
Yes. Okay.
Did she give you the location where they take those pictures?
Yes, and this was during the
COVID.
This was during the pandemic. So
I get
was
it.
like, I'm not doing all that. But I mean, I'm gonna do it because I really would like to
it's
get
like right over like
dual,
on Franklin Avenue or
dual
something.
citizenship.
It's not
and stuff.
far. It's not far.
What else happened? I mean, Bernie Madoff is dead. All right.
You know what they said?
Who said?
I'll make up a number. I was going to make up a number. But let's say Bernie Madoff.
Wait, did you see that movie on HBO?
I'm not
Robert
finished.
De Niro?
No.
It's really good.
Bernie Madoff may have swindled people out of, what was the number? 17 billion? Some crazy number like that.
Right.
They recovered, the government recovered and returned to the victims of his scam like 14 billion.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I
was like,
do this.
Now I'm sure
anymore.
I'm sure I have the number wrong.
But still,
I'm sure
it's $1 billion.
I'm sure I have the number wrong. But I am saying that even if it was 800 million, the number that I saw was that something on the order of the government returned to the victims. Let's pretend it was like 85% of the money was recovered and returned. And I'm like,
okay, so that also brings up this thing that when I watched Exterminate All the Brutes the other day. So at the beginning of one of the episodes, it might have been episode 3, maybe. So they had they had a clip of Obama speaking. And I mean, I get it. Like, I understand, like, he's, half black and half white. And, he was a president. You can't just be out here, like, saying stuff like, I can just say, like, these black people don't love each other. They don't love us and stuff like that. But he said something. And I was like, okay, that is unequivocally incorrect. He said something about America not being a colonial nation. And I was like, yes, it is. I was like, okay, first of all, I knew what he meant. Okay, barring the 13 colonies, right? Yes, it was. And there's always that infographic that is, when it's animated, is just terrible and horrible, of like 1619, and then it progresses, and then you see all these like little dots flying over to like the South and like in New York.
I posted that anime
and all of that.
The Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah. See, look, yes, Tova Upshaw. Oh, they gonna find that money. They'll find the money.
Listen, here it is. They recovered 14.4 billion of the 17
from
billion.
Where? Where'd that come from? Because I mean, what did he have it?
He had it. He had it in investments. He had it in assets. He had it. So they recovered it. And I guess his one son who had a conscience, that's the one who committed suicide.
Oh, yeah. So did you see that movie on HBO with Robert De Niro?
No.
It was good. It was really good. I mean,
I don't watch stuff like that.
I mean, I found it interesting. It was good. Both of his sons. I mean, you know what? I feel that.
Both of his sons what?
Both of his sons was like, they went to the police.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there was the one who killed himself.
Right. And the wife said, I didn't know. I don't know anything about this. I just don't know.
You know what, Ellen Barkin?
She presently lives in Connecticut.
Of course she lives in Connecticut.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, the other thing that I found interesting is, you remember Fire Festival?
Oh, I saw that. That was the best. That documentary I watched.
Now, if we could take Fire Festival and just have that happen to like every white person in this country.
Was it Ja Rule who got caught up in that post thing?
No. Because let me tell you, when Ja Rule came out of prison, okay, I distinctly remember watching him on this like CNBC or something like that, and he was like, "Yeah, so
y'all come on."
First of all, no. This was before Fire Festival. This is right when he got out of prison or jail or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, so." First of all, I'm like, "Why are we talking to Ja Rule?" Like that is the perennial question that Dave Chappelle is all like, "Why are we talking to you?" So anyway, he says, I catch this interview where he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to come out with a cookbook soon, teaching people how to make prison meals." Like you can make meals using an iron or a radiator. I was like, no.
I don't believe that was for your benefit, however. I don't believe that would have been directed to you.
Well, no, of course not. But I'm just like, I mean, again, I really don't care about Ja Rule in any way, shape, or form. I hope he's, living his life.
I would wonder, however,
living it up.
I would wonder if the people who would be in a position to make prison food outside of prison, they probably don't have, Instapots, and they probably don't have gas
and they do spreads and stuff.
They might not have, 4 walls and a bathroom and stuff.
No, but they be working it out.
Right. But
no, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I just felt that it was kind of like opportunistic and stupid, just like Fire Festival was opportunistic and stupid.
It was, but you know what? Look at all the people who showed up for that.
So look, each one of them people is gonna get $7,200.
Each one of what people?
All attendees. So attendees are expected to receive payments of $7,200, totaling a win of $2 million for the class action lawsuit.
Who's giving them that money? Because the dude who put it on had no money.
Yeah, he's supposed to pay them, like he has to pay restitution, right? Which is never gonna happen. I don't know where these people finding this money from.
It's not happening. Because if you remember when you watched the documentary, he didn't have insurance. So where is this money supposed to come from? It ain't coming from the Bahamas.
No. Oh my God. He didn't pay
all the people in the Bahamas.
Okay, I will.
And John.
That Evian man. Oh my God. He was like, I drank some mouthwash, and he was like, I'm gonna let it do what it do.
But I felt bad for the dude, the Latino brother who was trying to put the whole thing together up until the last minute. He got taken to the cleaners. It's like, but as I watched him, I was like, dude, where's your radar?
But also, okay, here's my question for real. I mean, and I already know the answer to this, but I'm just saying, I'm my own person because I'm very free with telling people no. The people that were working for him ended up maxing out their credit.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, no, this is my credit. You want to put on your little show? You go ahead and figure that out. We are not using my credit card. That's what's not happening. So now they're liable for like however much money they spent.
But you know what?
But I'm like, okay.
There are so many people who can be duped by celebrity. Duped by
what?
Duped by the notion of celebrity. And when stuff happens right before your eyes and you look at it and say, what the hell is that?
What are you doing?
And you keep going on. Here's what they think. It's like, well, maybe that's how they do it. Maybe that's how the celebrities do it. Maybe that's how athletes, no, nobody. No.
You know what was interesting? So remember the mortgage crisis?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, like, do you remember that year?
Mm-hmm.
So this was back when you guys had moved to where you are now, and I was in y'all's old crib. And I remember like, oh, this is such a nice area, and and like there were all of
empty houses.
There were three houses on that block that didn't have foreclosure signs. So I was like, oh, I was like, damn, you guys. I was so that just goes to show
all in front and white
people,
folks.
Right?
But
they be faking it till they make it, and they be faking it even after that.
And that is why I don't believe in that phrase, fake it till you make it. And that is all Hollywood is about. You can rent
a car.
Forget a car. You could always rent a car. But I'm saying you can rent stuff
Furniture
here that you would
never be able to rent. You can rent a tiger.
Never think you can rent.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about fake.
Yeah. So I just say all that because I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, like I'm notoriously cheap. My mom is notoriously cheap. Frugal, my bad. Austere. I'm notoriously cheap. So let me tell y'all a little secret. There's some things that I do buy. Like I did buy this dress because I've worn it more than like one time. Rent the Runway can be your best friend too.
That's if you have to do that stuff in your life.
No, they got everything.
I know. I'm saying
they got sweats. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff up in there.
I canceled my Saks card.
Well, you don't be going. Well, you don't really be going anywhere.
My point exactly. Right. I canceled it. I'm looking through, and I was like, "Why am I keeping this?" Because when we break out again, I'm not shopping like I used to because I don't work at 30 Rock. I don't work on the, studio lot. I don't work in those.
And I work from home. I read this story in the Wall Street Journal last week. Whatever, Wall Street Journal is what. But I read this article about how women, it's been over a year since the majority of women who wore heels have worn heels.
It's gonna be hard.
And they were like, "Nah, I can't do that about this." Like this them muscle in my foot.
And that muscle.
This muscle was always so tight, and it's not no more. And let me tell you, and now that my knee is messed up, and I gotta go get it fixed again.
Marcia.
Nope.
Marcia was like,
"Flidats,
Paula, for so long I haven't been wearing heels, and when I put some on the other day, I said, here's the thing. If you think coming out of this you're gonna be wearing heels again, you better wear heels around the house to keep those muscles in shape. Otherwise, there's gonna be a whole lot of twisted ankles. There's gonna be a whole lot of
hurt feelings.
A whole lot of twisted ankles when we come out of this.
No, I can't do all. And I wore a lot of platforms before anyway because my knee is weird.
I can't wear platforms.
They're very comfortable. But yeah, I say all that because I'm like, I work from home. I don't go anywhere. And that's why I'm telling y'all, like, yes, I get it. Like you want to floss, you want to be fly, you want to let these hoes know in these streets like what's really good. I'm just saying to you, like, think about I'm not telling you I'm not telling you to rethink your priorities. I'm just telling you guys that there's more than one way to skin a cat.
I talked to my grandniece who has been trading.
You talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, so there's no need to say
no, but
names.
You said grandniece, but there's, I was like, hold up. Because I lump them together.
My grandniece has been trading, and I talked to her last week about working with the little kids. By little kids, I mean like Idris's generation.
Right.
To actually, she's in Idris's generation. But
that's what I'm saying. It gets confusing sometimes.
To teach them how to trade and invest their money. Robinhood, for example, you can buy a percentage of a stock, one stock, a percentage of a share, but just get going, because in the whole everything of oh, I got some money, let me spend it. I'm telling you,
money's a tool. It's a tool. Like okay, another tip for me, Imani, your friend. So when I used to, be on Mary's Medicine in LA, so, they was like, oh, you got to floss and do whatever. And I did the best that I could, but I have this thing in my mind where I refuse to spend more than $300 on shoes. There is a pair of shoes that you bought for me, of boots, that you bought for me in 2004 when I had just moved to Philly. You were in New York, so I drove back to New York, and they were $500 boots. And I was like, oh my God, I still have them. I just get them.
Black high boots?
Yeah. They're flat, like black high flat boots. I just get them resold. I can't, when it comes to shoes, I can't spend more than a certain amount. So what I used to do is this. I used to go on the Real when I would be filming and stuff, and I would, buy shoes, something that I liked, and I would take it to the cobbler, and he would resole it and and change the insole. New shoes.
Okay, I've never done that.
Yeah, no, because I can't.
But we grew up differently. A few weeks ago we talked about, and I said why I had this corn on my foot, on my pinky toe, and that's because when I was younger, we didn't have money for me to get shoes all the time, so I would sometimes wear shoes so they were too small. You've never had that experience, no. So I admit to having.
I do have a brown toenail though, like you do.
Well, I had more than that when I was running marathons. They get bruised, but then they fall off.
I can't run a marathon.
And
my knees
and they come back fine. But I do have red-soled shoes in my closet, and as I go through and look at them, I go, yeah, I'm probably not going to wear those much anymore.
Yeah.
But I have grandnieces and nieces who would Thanksgiving and July 4th and whatever, when they come over, I take them into my closet and say, help yourself.
You know what I do, or how I justify it. So I work out about 6 days a week, and that costs money. So how I justify it is I'd rather spend my money on my health. And then if, like, provided, you're my size or shaped like me, you could always buy cheaper clothes in a juniors department. Because it says juniors, and therefore they're like, oh, well, those jeans are usually like $100, but for the juniors department, they're $60. I'm like, ha, stupid.
Yeah.
So but obviously do what you feel is best for you.
And I haven't certainly been traveling, but I would have all my jeans custom made in China, $22 a pair.
Yeah.
So, and my husband would say, it's cheaper for you to fly to China,
get some clothes made,
and have your clothes made,
and fly back,
than it is to go a few miles over to Saks and Beverly Hills. And I'm like, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I took about 20 garments out of my closet that needed some tailoring, and I took them to a tailor in China.
Because getting stuff tailored over here is mad. I'm like,
I had all of those done for like $37 US. Like redoing, resizing pants for $2. Changing out the sleeves on the something for $6.
Danielle, I know you spend your money on health. You always did. Danielle's my best friend from med school. Danielle's a beast. She used to she used to run track. And forgive me if I'm wrong, I believe that Danielle, if the choice was either to run in the Olympics for Haiti or to go to med school. So she chose med school, but she still would compete and stuff. You can tell me if I'm wrong, Danielle, if I'm just making all this. But yeah, I would rather just spend money on, like, please, what's a good TJ Maxx? The one in Sherman Oaks on Ventura. It's across the street from, that movie theater looking thing. Mm-hmm. It's like this. Mm-hmm. Look, they have all kinds of stuff in there. I got Polo up in there. I got I forgot the name of this brand, but I got a lot of stuff up in there. I was like, swoop, swoop, swoop. And you know what else? Okay. So one more thing I'm gonna tell y'all. You know what's really good in like bargain stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, not Ralph's, Ross, cooking things. Yeah. Like they got spices, they got pots and pans, they got all kinds of stuff in there.
They got good cooking utensils.
Oh my God, they got all kinds of stuff in there. So,
but again, I have probably 2 drawers full of all kinds of kitchen gadgets and utensils because my husband's a freak for that. And it's like, look, stop buying this stuff.
I just bought a new pot. I forgot where it's from, but like it looks ceramic on the outside, but I don't know. How do y'all feel about nonstick cookware? I'm not really into it.
Well, it depends on what you're cooking.
I know, but like
an omelet pan should be nonstick cookware.
No, but I can make eggs in iron pots.
What kind of eggs are you making?
Anything. Okay. Anything. But I think that's because I've had them for a long time, so maybe they're just seasoned or whatever. But I'm just like, I made Idris an egg the other day, like for breakfast before school. I was like, this egg looks sad. He ate it though. There was nothing wrong with it.
But Friday.
Yeah, I was just like, this egg looks so whack. It looks so whatever.
I don't know when the last time was really that I ate eggs.
I like eggs. I didn't used to, but I like eggs.
But when I eat them, they're soft boiled.
Oh, let me tell y'all about some home goods. Listen. I love home goods. Me and my mom used to take me to Burlington Coat Factory.
In New Jersey, years ago.
I thought they had one in Texas. Oh no, you would take us to the one in New Jersey. I remember getting some bomb jeans from Burlington when I was up in like upstate New York one time.
We used to go with the
Secaucus to the what do they call the outlet stores?
No, that was your heavy
that's because
New York accent. That's what you were doing?
Secaucus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes we would go to Woodbury Commons, and then we'd have to like fight the Asians.
Oh, you need.
Like they would.
Denise Richards says it leaches into the food. If they get scratched, throw it out. Right.
Yeah, nonstick cookware.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think for me, it's the omelet pan is what I would buy nonstick otherwise.
Oh, look, it's Bryant Terry. So what's up? What's up, Bryant?
Who's Bryant?
Bryant Terry is my friend from Xavier. We went to Xavier together, and Bryant Terry is like this world-renowned, like
Xavier alum.
No, well, yeah, but I'm saying like he's like a chef.
Oh.
Like he had like, okay, Brian, if you're still on, tell me if I'm wrong. Like he's hosted, like, you know, there's like a museum in San Francisco because he lives in the Bay. And so he would put together these like menus for like, you know, oh, we're gonna, you know, get into diasporic, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but he has some really and they're vegan.
Okay.
They're really good. Y'all should check it out. Bryant Terry. What's up, Bryant?
So I'm part of my committee for the Angel Island Immigration Station in June. We're having, you know, have you heard of omakase?
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know about, of course, because I hadn't heard of it until the chef agreed that he was doing an
Mom,
event
of
for
course
us.
You've heard of omakase because when we used to go to the sushi Nazi, like, trust me, that's omakase.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
is. Omakase is a sushi restaurant in San Francisco.
Omakase is a term also.
I am talking about omakase, the 4-star sushi restaurant in San Francisco.
Okay, fine. I'm blocking you from my view.
Because, see, you just jump in and you know.
Mom, you never said, it's a restaurant.
Well, I didn't get there.
Because you should have said that from the beginning. It was very confusing. Anyway, speaking of cast iron. So I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead.
You're gonna go to the restaurant and do what? Eat?
I'm not we arranged for the chef to prepare a fundraising dinner for 200 people who all live in the San Francisco area.
Are you gonna go?
I'm probably gonna fly up there to do it, yes, because then 2 nights later we're having the Noodle House, which is a wonderful like dim sum, and they're doing it also. So this is all for Angel Island Immigration Station is the Ellis Island of the West. People.
It's in the Bay. Is what you're saying?
It's in the Bay.
Okay. Okay, Francine Shores, let me tell you something. Hi. Francine Shores says they don't make cast iron skillets like they used to. Let me tell you something. Yes, they do.
I bought Lodge.
Look, yes. Listen,
you gotta
if you go on Amazon, let me say what I'm going to say. I'm going to give y'all a secret. If you go on Amazon, Lodge is good. I have a gang of Lodge cookware. Also,
I would only recommend Lodge.
Yeah, Lodge is so good. Also, do you all know that there's an Amazon outlet? Like on Amazon?
I learned this from her. I didn't know. I never heard about it.
There's an Amazon outlet. Google it. Because they're not like, oh, Amazon outlet. Like, you got to find it. They got a gang of stuff on there. They got all kinds of stuff on there. And don't be afraid of products where the box is open. Don't be afraid of
provided.
Provided it's not all messed up, right?
Exactly.
Don't be afraid of refurbished.
Not food, but stuff.
But I mean, because refurbished could literally mean like, oh, we replaced this plastic part.
Yeah.
And now it's cheaper for you. Yeah. So
Sean says, I get Lodge. Francine says she has 2 Lodges. See?
I got a gang of Lodge cookware.
You got it. Because the other ones, you can't count on it being sealed properly.
Right.
Right. But Lodge is, and they've been around for what, like, I don't know, 100 years.
I don't know. They called Lodge, so I figured it was
during the Lodge days.
Slavery time.
Oh, God.
Like Uncle Tom's Cabin. Karen Lee Garcia said, how do you find the Amazon outlet? Google it. You know what? Hold on.
Wait.
What?
I do have a Le Creuset cast iron pan. Yeah, I mean, I guess aren't they? But those are coated.
They're
aren't
coated.
they?
Yeah. I mean, I have a Dutch oven, Le Creuset.
Le Creuset.
Le
Creuset.
it's masculine. Le Creuset. Okay, I'm gonna get you. Okay, you ready? Hold on, I'm gonna give you all the.
Oh, Brandon says he's looking up Lodge right now. He's gonna give them the link.
Okay, this is okay.
There's Amazon outlet. Well, we're seeing it. You guys aren't seeing it.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can.
So what do? You look up Amazon outlet and then it.
How do
you find it?
I was reading an article. Okay, Karen Lee Garcia says she found it. See, told y'all.
What did you find?
Amazon outlet.
Well, people are still talking about Lodge.
I know, but they're talking of like some people are
moving quickly.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a lag.
Brandon says I have stopped.
Sorry, Kunide 365 on Instagram says it's called Amazon Warehouse, but on my computer it says Amazon Outlet.
Brandon says search Amazon outlets. It's the very first link.
I didn't know y'all was so like excited about deals. Listen.
Oh, listen.
Listen.
I listen.
Oh my God.
You know what I bought last week and sent 5 of them to Martha's Vineyard? I went on Gilt, Gilt.
Yeah.
And bought 5. Listen to me. I bought 5 duvet covers at $29.99 each.
Okay, listen.
As I'm telling
Gilt is good. Okay, Gilt is whack for clothes down, but it's so good for like
housewares,
housewares.
home stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And just go when they go onto that thing, look for it first, the 80% off space.
Yeah, click on that. I
don't buy clothes from Gilt.
I used to when they first came out, but now it's kind of.
Well, they used to have better deals when they first came out because they were trying to build a brand. But now it's
now I'm like, y'all must have made up this brand yourself. This looks terrible.
The housewares and the home goods on Gilt are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, my daughter will tell you I would drag her all over creation to get a deal. But it's fun though. But that's in the DNA of New Yorkers. I mean, everybody's looking for a deal.
Well, yeah, but that's just it's fun. Okay, did I ever tell you the story about how I got money back from CVS?
CVS, the drugstore?
Yeah, the drugstore. Mm-mm. So I went there, they got them long coupons or whatever. So I saved my coupons. I actually have a coupon. You know where I learned about this from my mom. Those little coupon organizers from way back when. I have a couple of
the accordion.
Right. So when I was in college and grad school, med school, I would, take my little, coupons. And my roommate at the time was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Okay." And then they would keep scanning and I'd be like, see, I'm not giving you none of my coupons.
And it gets down to where it's $30.
Yep.
I think my big success was one time I went and maybe it was $300 worth of food that I ended up paying about $100 for, but I don't buy cereals and stuff like that. So
don't go to the middle aisles, y'all.
Right. I go through and carefully pick out the good stuff. But to this day.
Hi, Maria.
To this day. Is that Maria, my Maria?
No, my Maria. Hi, Maria.
To this day, before I hit the supermarket and I go to Vons, I download all the coupons that I'm going to use for the discounts.
Yeah.
And I watch it go from $200 to $80. And I'm like,
it's fun to me. It's
my money. I don't need to waste it.
But also I like being like, "Ooh, I got over."
Yep.
I got over. So let me tell you what happened real quick. So I went to CVS. This was a few years ago. And I had all these coupons. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to do like this and like this. And I stacked my coupons up and I bought the expensive stuff at CVS, like deodorant, razors. I was like, okay, I'm about to, really go crazy in here. So I ended up spending, my total was $175. And I ended up getting $30 back. And I remember the cashier
she handed you that?
Yeah, and the cashier was like,
"Oh."
And the people behind me was like, "What?" And I was like, "Hi." Yeah, it's fun. Hi, Cardos Tropicals. I was waiting for you to come on. Yeah, girl, Alicia, I'm sample sale sized, but
you don't have a sample sale, but get out of here.
You know what?
Those are sizes 2 and 4 and 6.
I'm a 4.
Not on that. You may be a 4 up here, but
You know what? Excuse you. Excuse you. Okay. I'm a 4.
No, you're not.
Bring it. Really? You gonna tell me?
What's your hip size? What's your
I
hip
don't know.
measurement?
I don't know.
It's got to be like 39.
Yeah, probably like 38, 39. But a lot of the stuff that I wear is like stretchy. I'm not about to walk up in here with no 100% cotton anything. That is like,
Okay.
that is hell.
So you're talking more like leisure wear, right? Athleisure wear?
No, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about jeans. I'm talking about like, I bought these yoga pants from this company. I forgot, like they're yoga pants, but you can wear them to work. But I need stretch.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what,
I'm
that's,
trying to eat.
That's what I'm calling athleisure wear, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to buy, not that you would anymore, because I don't know you do, but if you were going to buy like a suit to go to work, you ain't gonna fit in no size 4.
First of all, you don't know my life. And second of all, just because you don't have a butt doesn't mean that you have to diss me.
I'm
Okay.
not dissing you. I'm just saying.
You have been,
it's
okay,
healthy.
you are jealous of my butt, and you've been saying this to me since I was a little kid. Quit sticking your butt out. Quit sticking your butt out. I'm like, I'm not sticking my butt out.
I never told you to stop. I have.
Yes, you did.
I mentioned this bump on the side of your
Mom,
mouth.
when I distinctly remember being in Arlington, Texas. I was 5 or 6, okay? And I was like, I think like I just got out of the tub and you were putting lotion on me. You were like, stop sticking your butt out. I was like, I'm not sticking my butt out. I was just stop sticking your butt out. And my dad at the time, he was like, no, she just has my butt.
And you do.
I'm about to go.
It's like,
because you're being rude.
It's like a runner.
A what?
A runner's butt. It's muscular.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
There's Rakuten. You know what?
Rakuten?
I tried to.
It works sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's okay.
Maybe.
No, you know what? Let me say. Okay, wait. It does, like if you do a lot of shopping, like if it's Christmas time, I've gotten checks back. I was like, yay, we're going to Nobu tonight. They apparently weren't giving out butts in Jamaica back then. You know what? That's interesting. I mean, I see like Jamaican runners, like sprinters, they have butts, but when I go to Jamaica, like I'm just like, what happened, everybody?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't really see people with booties.
The Indian.
Well, maybe in my family.
The Indian Jamaicans, the Chinese Jamaicans do not have butts.
Okay.
Right. But when you go find the African Jamaicans, there ain't no shortage of behind.
I want to just big up Virgo Tastic, who told me on Instagram, my booty is that booty is okay. Without a booty, you are a 4. Be proud that you are an 8 in the hips and a 4 in the waist. I'm a size 4, I said, and it's I mean, I don't care. Like that's just my size.
But see how much lower I sit than she does because she got something to sit on. Mine is.
I don't know that life. Like, does your tailbone hurt sometimes?
Never.
Anyway,
it's all good. It's enough to grab.
Okay.
All sprinters have butts. Very true.
Honey is you know what? I did used to sprint actually. That's probably why my knee is so messed up now. Honey is a good source for saving money. It's cool. Like I have it in my browser. Yeah, I have it in my browser.
I just don't shop like that anymore to need all that. But
oh, you know,
driving
what?
up the Woodbury Commons or over to
Secaucus.
These were all, or even here driving down to the desert.
I don't really like the outlets out here like that.
It's like Secaucus.
Yeah, I mean, but like at those outlets, they actually make
outlet clothes. Right. So that's a relatively recent phenomenon. That when we were going to Woodbury Commons, they weren't doing that. You really were getting, like leftover rack stuff. You know what I used to do too?
What
is when we
RIP Century 21.
When we used to go to New Orleans, I would go to New Orleans when we lived in New York, and I would buy because they had winter clothes, but
nobody bought them.
Right. And they would be on big discount.
Mm-hmm. I bought this really nice DKNY bubble jacket like a long time ago out here and it was like $60 because it doesn't get cold like that here. Yeah. Okay, everybody in New York, New Jersey area. Do you know what I used to do? I used to drive to Philly because it's 90 minutes, like without traffic from New York. And in Philly, there's no sales tax on clothes. So I would go there because people,
Right.
people in Philly don't really buy.
People in New York, they take the bus and go down to Philly for the shopping trip.
I know, but what I'm saying is, again, I'm just reminding everybody because people in Philly, it's but they still have the really nice clothes that
Right.
you want to wear. So go down there and get your discount on and get your no sales tax on.
Save your money and then open up your account and start trading. Yeah.
So, I got a question for y'all before we leave. You know what I was thinking?
Mm-hmm.
What would y'all now I'm for real, be honest. Like, don't just be like, oh yeah, it's great. I mean, because I'm looking for like honest feedback. If me and my mom did a podcast, would you guys be interested?
You mean a podcast with just voices? That's what you mean by podcast?
Or yeah.
Or video. What do they call it when it's a video cast?
Maybe it's a video pod.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
That's news to me. I didn't know that you were. All right, so you're fishing for feedback. All right.
Yeah, I mean, anyway.
All right.
We have fashion sense in New York. Philly just has deals. That's
Ooh.
true. That's what Danielle said. It's true. It's true.
You go down to Philly and them Philly girls will beat your butt.
Yeah, well, they're not buying the good clothes though. So sorry. I'm just saying based on my experience in Philly.
You are terrible.
No, I'm just saying. That's kind of one of the reasons why I moved to Philly, because I was like, ooh, there's an H&M here.
You better get out of here.
I'm so serious. Because
for as much as I tried to talk you out of going to Philly, and then a year later you were out after we got you that
wanted deals.
That fabulous apartment.
I had fun. It was all right.
You had fun, and it was like, I'm not staying here while y'all move to California and have all that sunshine.
Because I woke up one day and it was 8 degrees.
It's not my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I was just like, I'm like, you know what, this is stupid. I'm not doing this no more.
You chose to live in Philly where it was 8 degrees.
Anyway, thanks, Kodos Tropicals. He said I have a great voice on your podcast. It's very calming. Is it? That's so nice.
Reggie Small. I knew a guy named Reggie Small when I was a teenager. I wonder, that can't be you. Have so enjoyed the fun and banter, great happy hour, and always a new insight. Reggie Small, where are you?
Who are you? Where are you from? Where you stay at?
Where are you from?
Where your people from? KT has a question.
How's your mom and them?
KT, what's your question?
KT.
Toya Upshaw said that she likes the video the most engaging, but would love to a video cast. I mean, I'm saying, like, sometimes I feel like there's questions that, like, I mean, you good at answering questions.
Vanity. Oh,
that's Alicia. Said, where you be at? Who you be with?
That reminds me of the dude. You think you're sophisticated.
Koda Tropical said, could you do the ADSM something? It's weird.
The what?
Like, when people
RDSM.
They put
it's called.
They put the mic like real close to their mouth, and it's really strange. And it'll be like someone like chewing. It's weird. Or it'll be somebody being like,
how is that therapy? I would want to kill you.
Okay, but we're not talking about you. It's actually
mean there are people who like that?
Yes. Hi.
Oh my God.
Hi, Elaine Irvin from Oklahoma, and hi, Christine Lorraine, both from Oklahoma. Hi, y'all.
Reggie Small, yes, from New York City, now in Richmond, Virginia. So did you live in the Delano houses? Did I know you? Did you used to be my boyfriend?
Oh my
God. In high school?
No.
Is it that Reggie Small?
Oh God, please no.
And if so, how did you find out about this show?
Because I'm awesome. That's why. Duh. Like, what are you
straight to? Because I'm awesome.
Well, because I am awesome.
Oh my.
Alicia said Imani don't know how to say calming things. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do.
The roach whisperer.
What do you mean? What's that supposed to mean? You a roach whisperer. What does that mean?
I just wanted to know what that meant.
I don't know what roach whisperer means, but I need for you to explain that, because I'm really I'm terrified of roaches.
Are you really?
Oh my God, it's so disgusting.
You who lived in Harlem are terrified of roaches?
You remember Creepshow? That movie?
I didn't watch that.
Yes, you did. You did, because me, Lori, and Lene were in Texas for Christmas time, and they wanted to watch Creepshow, and I was 6. I was 6.
Oh.
And the little creep show, the little vignette where the man had the roaches that coming out of his body. Oh my God.
I have a vision of that.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
And you know what the first horror movie was that I saw? And it's your fault. And I was I was scared for life.
Oh, good. What was it?
Oliver Stone's first film I discovered was The Hand. Oh. Let me tell you, I was 5 years old.
Is that the one that came up?
Yes, yes. And my mom was like, "Okay, Imani, go to sleep." I was like, "No,
I thought
you
that
go to sleep."
I thought that was
Going to sleep.
Not the Twilight Zone. It wasn't Alfred Hitchcock. It was.
No, that was The Hand.
Yeah, it was The Hand, but it wasn't a separate movie.
Yes, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it's its own movie.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, Michael came, right, and I was 5, like, oh my God, this is real. This is gonna happen to me. And I was like,
but that's why when we lived in Tulsa, I had nightmares because Oral Roberts University had the praying hands, these massive giant and I used to dream that these hands were gonna come apart and start.
That's what you get. That's what you get for making me watch The Hand when I was 5. Let's watch monster pictures. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then I'd be all like, like, listen, when Poltergeist came out, okay, we were in New York at the Brownstone, and we were on the first floor.
Carolyn!
I was 7. Carolyn! And so, like, all your friends were over, they were sitting around, and you were like, okay, it's time for bed. I was like, first of all, if you think I'm gonna walk up 2 flights of creepy stairs in the dark to go to sleep, I was like, nope.
Sometimes, what did you do?
I don't know. I was like, I'm not, no. I probably said something, and then somebody was like, Imani scared, and I was like, yeah.
So where'd you sleep?
No, I mean, I eventually went upstairs, but I was like, I'm not doing all of that.
The first time, where'd that go? The first time I saw a roach. Who remembers the first time they ever saw a roach?
I don't know.
Significant too was in New York City when traveling the subway.
They have flying roaches in Texas, and that is disgusting.
If you're saying that the first time you saw a roach was on the subway, I can top that because in everybody's apartment in New York, there are roaches.
We didn't have roaches in our house though. We had a rat that one time. I was like, I don't know that life. I know rats live on the subway tracks.
Oh, they're this big.
Yeah, and they were. I mean, I thought
without
they were.
The tail.
Yeah, they were very. I mean, they were very entertaining as I was waiting for the train.
Stand there and watch them, and they sort of.
Yeah, and in the South they do have water bugs, which are disgusting. Yeah, I mean, I group them all together. Roaches. Oh my God, it was so.
But in Florida they call them palmetto bugs.
You know what? Anybody got time for that?
And in New York, the big ones are called water bugs.
Oh, you know what? Real quick. So there was this story over the weekend about these elephants that stomped these dudes out. Screaming because the article said they really got stomped out. Yeah, they got stomped upon.
When we were on safari, we went on a photo safari in South Africa, and they told us to be careful because the mother elephants are very protective of the babies. But we were in the open air jeeps with the rangers who had guns and everything. Not that they, but this mother elephant, she felt that we were too close.
Y'all was doing
she reared up, that trunk went up, and she reared up, and the ranger backed that jeep up fast and spun around.
Elephants are like really big dogs. They're really smart.
Well, I don't know why they're dogs.
I mean, because dogs are smart. My dog is smart.
Yeah, their brains are about the same size.
Okay, you know what?
You ever shared a subway car with a rat? Nope. That's why I haven't ridden the subway in like 7 years. I've never had one in the car with me. They're down on the tracks.
Yeah, okay, let me tell you.
But in New York City, mothers would know not to put the baby in the crib with a bottle of milk.
Because the rats
will come and bite the baby.
Eat the baby. So y'all remember when Jurassic Park came out, like the first one? So I used to, sometimes back then when I had time, like free time, I was like, I'm bored. I'm going to take the bus all the way home. So I was downtown and I was reading Jurassic Park and a roach was crawling on my leg. And for some reason I didn't freak out, but I mean, thinking about it, yeah, I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Amarachi Crystal said this pandemic brought those huge rats to White Plains Road. Really?
Oh,
ew. About the size
Bronx.
of skunks out here. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. That's gross. I mean, but
well, out here we got tree rats.
Look, possums, raccoons, skunks. There's every time I go to my job to go pick up something, there is this coyote who is always like, hello. I'm like, no, please get away from me.
Coyotes are out here a lot.
Okay, it's 6:22. Back to Reggie Smalls. I think it's the same Reggie.
Did we hear from him again? Did he?
He said all true. That is him. Oh, that's your ex-boyfriend.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I was 17.
What's he look like? Facebook. I'm just kidding.
Oh, we could look him up later.
I mean, I'm not like that.
Yes, you are. You know you're gonna get off here and look him up.
I'm not. I'm about to eat.
But I held up well. So,
Yes, you in your face.
I held up well.
Yes, okay.
You know how old I'm gonna be in a few months?
112.
You little snot.
What?
69.
Okay, you know what? I'm leaving. Oh, there's a question on the screen. What are the best relaxing treatments for stuttering?
What?
I don't know. I personally don't know, but you know who would know? You know what I would actually look up?
My husband was a stutterer.
Aaron Hall was a stutterer.
Who?
Like Aaron Hall from Guy. The group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he used to stutter really badly. And I have heard, now this is just anecdotal. This isn't anybody that I've treated. I have heard that people, when they sing,
breathing out.
Right, they don't stutter.
Yeah, it's
so
breathing out. It's like exhaling. So you try to speak with the air coming out as you're speaking.
Right.
My husband used to stutter when he said he had it really bad when he was little.
Oh.
And he sometimes right now, if he gets really excited.
I do that too.
I don't.
I do. I'm just like, oh my God.
And then Sherry Bellamy. When we were in high school, Sherry Bellamy used to stutter and she had kind of a lisp.
Oh. I always find the fact that it's called a lisp to be really disrespectful to people that have lisps because they can't say it.
Lisp.
What's up, Mike Tyson? Okay, anyway, I gotta go.
Oh, that's
eat.
cold.
No, it's not.
Thank you so much, Sean Upshaw.
No, I'm not.
I said I look amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, y'all go.
And I just want to thank all of you for not making us discuss those prune-faced Brits who gathered.
Why are you bringing it up then?
Because we're saying goodbye.
No, Mom, then don't bring it up. Like, I'm not thinking about them raggedy people.
So glad. So thank you.
Now I'm not gonna watch The Crown anymore because I'm over it.
I never watched it.
No, okay, we already know it. Okay.
My friend tried Ativan and Flequin.
I know what Ativan is. I don't know what Flequin is.
Oh. Well,
can I go?
Goodbye.
I have to go. Yeah, I'm
goodbye.
trying to order some food right now.
Somebody else, what are you having for dinner?
I'm gonna have Mediterranean food. Let me see if this place is open. If they're not, I'm gonna be so sad. They're closed today.
Monday. We took Idris yesterday for really good sushi.
I'm so mad. I wanted that salad so bad. Well, I gotta think of something else now. I'm really sad.
Prune-faced Brits. Yep.
Okay.
Tova, that's how I think of them.
I'm so sad now. I really, really wanted that.
There's so many other options.
I know, but you know how, like, because when I get up in the morning, I think about what I'm going to eat for the rest of the day.
Oh, God.
So I was really focused on those lamb chops and this salad, and now they're closed. I don't know what to do. Now I'm going to die.
Shift that desire to 24 hours from now.
I have to go. And she has to go. So I hope y'all had a fun Monday, and I hope you guys have fun.
And just know that it's going to be very stressful in the next week while we wait for the outcome in Minneapolis.
So do what I do and just avoid the news completely.
So
garden.
I will live in my Marvel universe and just wait for.
Oh, I have to make
all the online busyness to happen to let me know.
Okay, I have to go now.
So you'll have a.
Okay, bye everybody. Bye, Danielle. Miss you too.
Wonderful and safe and blessed week.
Yes. Okay, bye everybody.
See you next week.
Bye. Bye.